Hi guys. In writing today, I'm going to show you something cool that authors do, especially things that Mo Willems does in his writing. And then we're going to be adding that to a story we've already written, or if you want, you could write a new story today. But we're going to write it in like a bigger book format again, because those are kind of fun. So I'm going to kind of go back to this book, Knuffle Bunny. And I want to show you a specific spot in the story. It is, oh, we're almost there. Almost. So this is Knuffle Bunny 2 that I'm reading. Okay, it's right here. So this is when Trixie goes to sleep. It says, but a few hours later, and then look at what's happening to these words right here. You see how it says Trixie realized something. So those words get darker and they get bigger. That is something that authors do in fiction and in nonfiction. So in nonfiction books or in teaching books, they're going to do that to draw attention to the word so that you know that they're probably going to tell you what that word means or to tell you it's an important word. And here in a story or a fiction book, they are telling you how to read it, like read it louder, read it with emphasis, or to show you that like it's a big deal. So Trixie realized something, right? We get bigger, we get louder. So today we're going to try that out with our stories. So you could pick the story that you wrote, like where you were happy, the story where you wrote where you had a no good, terrible, bad day, or any story that you have written so far. If you want to add to that story, you can. Or if you want to write a new story, that is fine also. So I'm going to be sending you new paper. I'll send this in an email also because some people like to print it big from an email. And these are good to have. It's just another book format. It's kind of fun to have different books to print at home. But I'll also put it on Seesaw, so if you want to work from there too, you can. Okay, so we are going to leave the front cover blank today because we're going to talk a little bit more about making a nice front cover tomorrow. We've talked about it once, but I just kind of want to review it again. So anyway, I went ahead and went back to this story because when Levi came in here to my room last night at the end of the day, he was reading this story because it was about him. And he goes, Mom, there are more things that I did. And then I remembered, well, yeah, when I told you guys my story, I added everything, but when I wrote it, I left some things out. So when I rewrite it today, I'm adding some of those things back in. So you'll kind of see. So here's the first page of my story, okay? So I started right here. On my birthday eve, Levi was super sweet. See, I got that sentence from here, right? I'm rewriting. But look what I did. Look what I did to the word super, right? I made it big, like how Mo Willems did in his book. So I would read it like this. On my birthday eve, Levi was super sweet, right? And then I can go back and add a picture there, right? And then look what I did here. I added something because he did do more, right? He put away the dishes and picked up all the stuff on the stairs. So I made and big and dark to show that he didn't just do one thing, he did another thing. So I'd read it and I'd read it like that, right? And I could draw a picture that matches the words right here, right? Here I would probably draw him like putting the dishes in the dishwasher and maybe a picture of the stairs that are all clean. So then on my next page, I didn't add any bold words on this page. You don't have to on every page. It's just wherever you feel like it would make sense to make that word big, right? Like not all my words make sense. Here I said, then he cleaned up the toothpaste mess in his bathroom. Last he snuggled, oops, I ran out of room. I would need to add another page to my book, which is okay. If you're at home, you can print more, or you could write on the back. Now, let me show you a time when it doesn't make sense to make a word big. Let's say that I decided to make he bold. Watch. Then he cleaned up the toothpaste mess in his bathroom. That's weird. It sounds like I'm just yelling all of a sudden, right? Or Then he cleaned up the toothpaste mess. No. There are certain times when it makes sense to make the word big and bold, and other times it does not. Words like big, super, and, anything that where you would normally, when you talk. So maybe if you read your story aloud, like out loud to somebody, maybe then you could find a good spot to make the word bold, or you could ask somebody at home for some ideas. So like I said, you can take an old story and try adding some bold words to it. If you want to just write on the old story, like I could have done that here. I could have made super big, right? But I'm trying to put it in a new book. Like I could have done it right here, right? But that looks kind of messy. Yeah, so I just rewrote my whole story in here. Or you can come up with a totally new story and try out adding bold words. But make sure it's a story that happened to you. We aren't ready to completely create or invent a story yet. It needs to be something that happened to you so that you know what to write about. Okay? So I would like to see pictures of these pages. And if you just want to show me one picture of your story with the bold word like this, that's fine. Just one picture is fine. Okay? Thanks.